Welcome, welcome, welcome to Revolution Sundays with yours truly, A.G. Green Sr. Let me know if you can see and hear me well. Let me know if you can see and hear me well. Welcome to another wonderful installment today. What a blessing and a privilege it is to be with you on this particular day. Grand Rising, or whatever time of day it is you're watching me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And Grand Rising to Monica, who's watching us on Patreon today. Grand Rising to you, my Krista, on YouTube. I'm resident therapist, Pastor Jerry Cotton. Hillary is on. Good to see all of you all. You can, yes, sir, loud and clear. Thank you so much. I appreciate your feedback. Let's pray, Almighty. We're so thankful and grateful for this moment, this opportunity that has been permitted, allowed to be. Guide us, shape us, motivate us, inspire us. We are on the pathway to becoming more aware of our oneness with you, our purpose in this realm, and the indelible impression, the mark we leave. We passed through and somebody knew that we came this way. So thankful and grateful for healing, wholeness, the reset and the renewal that's taking place in all of our lives. And we thank you for your partnership. We remember the name, the power, the way, the consciousness of Yeshua. And so it is. So glad to see you all on today. And we're going to get through this broadcast, no matter what. Can you still see me and hear me? This little laptop took me off the screen here. Let me know if you can still see me and hear me well. In the meantime, I want to remind you to continue to like, share, and of course, tag, text, share. Let people know that we are on air. People who vibe with our tribe. Shoot them a text message. Share it on their timeline. Let them know this is a good place to be. A place where they can and will evolve, transform, and ascend. I always like to remind you what Philippians 4:13 says. I can do all things through Christos, who strengthens me. I want you to type it in the comment section. I can. Come on, type it in the comment section. I can. Good to see Pamela on Patreon as well today. Come on, type it in the comment section. I can. Blessing to you, Linda, watching us on YouTube. That's it. Type it in the comment section. I can. I can. These are two important, powerful words that we must always remember. I can. You must embrace these words no matter what you're dealing with, no matter what your circumstances and situations appear to be. Just acknowledging I can is not only a powerful open door to an unlimited partnership with God, the Creator, the Source, the Sustainer, the Divine, but it is you allowing yourself permission to be whom the Creator has allowed you to be. He's guiding you and leading you down the pathway to become. I can. is simply opening the door to unlimited potential, unlimited access to power. I can. I can. And I'm in partnership. I'm in partnership with the divine mind. I'm in partnership with the creator. I'm in partnership even with a conscious universe created by the creator that responds and bends to my faith and my will. The text says, now to him that is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that I ask or think, it's according to the power that worketh in me. Shout out loud, I am powerful. Type in the comment section, I am powerful. Come on, type it in the comment section. I am powerful. I just sense the chill of the presence go through me. I am powerful. I know you might be looking at circumstances that may appear to be stubborn, recalcitrant, and resistant, but you've got to stand in the authority that you possess as a divine spiritual species who's in one with God, and declare and decree according to the power that's not in a distant place, but in the power that's in you. Type in the comment section, I am powerful. That's it. Type it in the comment section. I am powerful. What a blessing it is to know that you know that you know that I am powerful. That's it. Type it in the comment section and speak it out loud. Speak it as many times as necessary to yourself. I am powerful. It's not arrogance, it's permission. I am powerful. It's not arrogance, it's who and what you were created to be. Religion teaches you and cripples you by codependence mentality. But you are a powerful spiritual species. I am powerful. Just let that power that's in you flow through. Feel the power, sense the power, know the power, respect the power. I am I am powerful. What a blessing, what an honor, privilege it is to know that you know that you know that you know that I am most certainly powerful. Praise and gratitude alert. Praise and gratitude alert. Here we go. Praise and gratitude alert. I want you to type at least one thing in the comment section that you are thankful and grateful for. Let me type mine. I'm typing in the comment section that I am grateful that I'm able to stream to you today, regardless of anything that may try and present itself to interrupt my presentations in this season of my life. I'm so thankful and grateful that I'm able to stream to you today. And I want you to type it in the comment section, at least one thing that you are thankful for. I have not just typed what I'm thankful for. I spoke out loud what I'm thankful for. And so I want you, as you're typing, to also speak out loud what you are thankful for. Oh yes, I want to know. I want to hear about it. I want to see, what are you thankful for? Real quickly, type in the comment section what you are thankful for. Thank you. Linda says, I'm thankful and grateful for my life, family, and friends. Wonderful. Krista says, I am grateful for rest. Wonderful. Anybody else? What are you thankful for right now in this moment? A resident therapist says, I am grateful for the power and relationship with divine. Absolutely. Anyone else? Anyone else want to share what you are thankful and grateful for on today? Hillary says, I'm thankful for myself, my peace of mind, my health, and my spiritual growth. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Anybody else? Anybody else? See what our Patreon, our folks who are watching within Patreon, and see what their comments are going to be. So thankful, so grateful. And it's a wonderful thing to be able to express and practice gratitude. Gratitude and thanksgiving is a wonderful, wonderful, and powerful thing to be able to express. Thank all of you all for sharing what you're thankful and what you are grateful for on today. Checking in with you. What are you eating and sipping? What are you eating and sipping? What are you eating and sipping right now? Somebody might say, what is you eating and sipping? What are you eating and sipping on right now? I just have my mushroom coffee, with some French vanilla creamer in it. That's pretty much it. But what are you eating and sipping on today? What are you eating and sipping on today? What are you eating and sipping on today? Real quickly. What are you eating and sipping on today? I want to know what you're eating and what are you sipping on today? Real quickly, what are you eating and sipping on today? Talk to a brother. Just want to know. I always look forward to this time as I like to know, what are you doing? See, Monica says drinking mushroom coffee and eating a piece of coffee cake. She's on Patreon. All right. Linda says toast, bacon, and water. Okay, Linda. See, Krista says sipping coffee. Very good. Let's see here. Hillary says, here we go, Hillary. I'm about to fry me a couple of brown eggs and enjoy either avocado toast or try out this new coffee, cold brew bread toast with brown sugar, cinnamon, butter, coffee with French vanilla creamer. Okay, here we go. Y'all always doing it nice and classy in the morning. Anybody else want to share what you're eating and sipping and how you're feeling in this moment? What are you eating and sipping and how you're feeling? Real quickly, what are you eating and sipping? What are you eating and sipping? Now, if the screen is going out like it looked like it did on my end, I cannot control that. That is this computer, which, we've been burned out. I have to use my laptop right now. A multimedia computer. It still works, but it's in the house. It's a lot of smoke. And I'm going to upgrade this by another laptop since I'm mobile these days. So please forgive me. Give me a little time to correct that. Let's see. A resident therapist says drinking Gatorade, feeling great and relaxed. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much for today for sharing what you are eating and what you are sipping. All right, we're going to go into our teaching on today. Our resident therapist who keeps up with the installments in our series will type it in the comment section in a minute and I will put it up on the screen. I'm going to put it up on the screen. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning. And I just want to continue to share my assistance to put up Genesis. Let's see. Let's try Genesis 18, 10 through 14. Genesis 18, 10 through 14. And then, of course, we've also been looking at Genesis 21, 1 through 2. So that's Genesis 18, 10 through like 14. We're going to try that. And Genesis 21, 1 through 2. And then last but not least, Romans 4 and 20, which is where we're going to be spending some more time today. Romans 4 and 20. I keep going over this verse and I'm going over it purposely. I'm going over it purposely. We're discussing the challenges to manifesting faith, and we're going to look at Abraham's formula. We've been looking at Abraham's situation in terms of his response, uh, and we'll be discussing that again today. I think I've been discussing Romans 4 and 20 probably 2 3 weeks. I want to make sure that uh, through reiteration and repetition, that it impresses deeply enough upon us that we might learn these lessons. Now, let me say happy holidays to you, and you, those who are watching, and understand that this time of year, entering into the fall season, well, let me just say it like this: entering into the fall, excuse me, we're in the fall going into winter. Uh, there's a shift in, I guess I should say, light and darkness, more darkness than there is light. The holiday season many times is also interpreted in a stressful way by people, especially parents. Sometimes they're melancholy and depressed. You already have uh, the general issues, or we might call the regular challenges on a day-to-day basis before you enter into the holiday season that you have been carrying. Then you enter into the holiday season along with the change of weather, along with the change of how much darkness, how darkness prevails more over the light during daylight savings time in the fall and winter months. And people find themselves feeling downcast. People find themselves sometimes challenged emotionally. Their mood is altered, uh, dare I say, darkened a bit. And I just want to encourage you, whether this is you fits in this category, or whether it's you who is desiring to, again, awaken a more intimate oneness with God, awareness of oneness with God, or whether it's you who desire to, by faith, create a better version of yourself, or whether it is you who desires to manifest good things in your life. See the answers to prayer, meditation, and declaration. These series of messages are most definitely for you. And in the interest of being transparent, you all know I myself am in what we call the transitional phase of life. And so these messages are definitely beneficial and edifying for me personally. So I started this teaching long before the incident happened, a few days after Thanksgiving, and right on time with where I am and where many of us are. Okay. So I just want to continue to reiterate that faith is the solution. We're going to have challenges to manifesting faith. And we're going to look at, again, a little deeper into Abraham's situation. Let's see, King James, and he said, I will certainly return unto thee according to the time of life. This is the, the Creator speaking. And lo, Sarah, thy wife, shall have a son. And Sarah heard it in the tent door. Remember, Sarah is barren. Let's see here. Looking for the rest of that King James. I know it's here somewhere. She was in the tent which was behind him. Now Abraham and Sarah were old and well stricken in age, and it ceased to be with Sarah as the manner of women. Okay, and we're going to look for 12, 13, and 14 in a minute. Let me go to the NIV. So Sarah laughed to herself as she thought, no, let me go up. And Sarah was listening at the entrance to the tent which was behind him. Abraham and Sarah were already very old, and Sarah was past the age of childbearing. So Sarah laughed to herself as she thought, after I am worn out and my Lord is old, will I now have this pleasure? Question mark. Okay. Hmm. We'll go ahead and finish the NIV. Then the Lord said unto Abraham, why did Sarah laugh and say, will I have a child now that I am old? 14. Is there anything too hard for the Lord? I will return to you at the appointed time next year, and Sarah will have a son. All right, let's see. We pick up verse 12 in the King James. Then Sarah laughed within herself, saying, after I am waxed old, and had pleasure, my Lord being old also. And the Lord said unto Abraham, wherefore did Sarah laugh, saying, shall I of surety bear a child which am old? Is anything too hard for the Lord? At the time appointed I will return unto thee according to the time of life, and Sarah shall have a son. Now, Romans 4 and 20, let's get that up. That's where we'll be working from today. We've discussed this Abraham and Sarah situation from the Old Testament context. I released us today, traditional theology, metaphysical perspectives, and we are going to continue to explore this as we are looking at Romans 4 and 20 some more today in more detail. Okay. Uh, so we want you to prepare your hearts and minds as we kind of talk from this verse today. They'll put it up in just a minute. I want to start in discussing Romans 4 and 20. Let's see if it's up. Here we go, right here is NIV. Yet he did not waver through unbelief regarding the promise of God, but was strengthened in his faith and gave glory to God. Okay, I think there's a little bit more that comes along with that. If not, that's good. And the King James Version will be up in a minute. Now, I want you to again recognize that Romans 4 and 20 is a theological pressure point. A theological pressure point. In other words, Paul is not just praising Abraham's optimism, he is revealing how reality responds when trust in God refuses to fracture under pressure. When trust in God, that's the King James right there, refuses to fracture under pressure. I want you to type it in the comment section. Pressure does exist. Pressure does exist. And as I have shared with you before, and maybe I have not said it like this, I'm going to say it like this. Pressure exists because we create it. I'm going to say it again. Pressure exists because we create it. Did you catch what I just said? I'm going to say it again. Pressure exists because we create it. In other words, we get to situations and circumstances. I'm going to say it again. We define situations and circumstances. So I'm giving an example. You might be saying, well, no, so and so said they were trying to put pressure on me. So and so admitted they were they were pressuring me. Again, but so and so does not make decisions for you. So and so is not living in your brain. So and so does not control your decision making. So and so does not control how you interpret, define, believe, or not believe something in the moment. You and I decide this. So pressure does exist. It exists because we create it. And one of the things that separates in the athletic world, not just the athletic world, I can say the corporate world and all these other things. When people are in situations that are extremely important. The outcome is extremely important, whether it's inventing something or whether it's a politician who's standing on the grounds of integrity, defending the masses, and has a lot of opposition, or whether it's an athlete in what their prospective sport, whether it's running or whether it's basketball or whether it's football, time is on the line. There's heated competition, and the outcome in terms of the clock ticking is right in front of them. It's those people who define in the moment how they're going to execute. And their definition of that moment typically is when we call people clutch, when we say people have grace under pressure, it is merely a person who is so focused in the moment is not too big for them because they don't feel the pressure that other people feel in the moment. They're they are operating in a confidence along with a training, along with muscle memory in that training, that it is merely an appropriate, proper, high level reaction in the moment that causes them to follow through, hit the game winning shot, finish whatever it is, because they have chosen not to allow themselves to define the moment as a pressure, too much pressure, or I cannot do, or everybody's looking at me, or what happens if I miss. No, in that moment, everybody else is probably experiencing more pressure than that person who has trained for these moments. So, how we interpret situations, family, determines what we think about it, what we believe about it, and how we respond to it. So, how reality responds when trust in God refuses to fracture under pressure. He did not waver through unbelief regarding the promise of God. And the promise of God in this context was that an offspring would be produced, but was strengthened in faith, giving glory to the divine. So, this single verse, again, weaves together psychology, which is inner persuasion. Inner persuasion. Type it in the comment section. Inner persuasion. My. Inner persuasion. Type that in the comment section. Again, religious people struggle with this because when people appear to be confident in many religious circles, that's considered to be arrogance, conceited, not trusting the divine, not trusting God. It's not true. We all need a healthy inner persuasion. Let every man be persuaded, Paul talks about. Uh, that inner persuasion is important. This is how we create in faith. This is how we propel or move forward in life with confidence. We've got to be persuaded that we're making the right decision. We've got to be persuaded that we're not alone. We've got to be persuaded that we have the talents, gifts, and abilities to overcome. The next thing we see in this verse is spirituality. That's faith and worship. Type in the comment section, faith and worship. Faith and worship. Type that in the comment section, faith and worship. Abraham has faith. He has, faith in his creator, and he also worships or practices prayer in the moment because I believe faith and praise and faith and worship go together. I have enough faith that even when it seems like things are falling in on me, all around me, or even when it seems like things are not working out the way I have visualized it, or even when it seems like things are falling apart, my faith still says, be thankful. Be thankful for what you have. Be thankful for the creator, source, and sustainer who is with you no matter what you are dealing with. The next thing we see in this verse is theology, which is God's character. I want you to type it in the comment section, God's character. Type that in the comment section, God's character. Type that in the comment section. God's character. Type that in the comment section. God's character. Type that in the comment section. God's character. God's character. Type that in the comment section. Janutel Ferdos, whoever you are, the way to get business from me is not to spam my comments. That's not how you get business. I appreciate you wanting my business, but this is not the way to appeal to me to get business. So please abstain from spamming me. I don't want to have to block you. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. God's character. Why is God's character important? God's character is important because your concept of your God, whether trustworthy or not trustworthy, whether loving you unconditionally or loving you conditionally, is going to determine the outcome. Because if you're leaning on a creator to partner with you, but say that in your leaning on this creator, I'm gonna have to do this. But in your leaning on this creator, you doubt the ability of the creator to support you, come through and support you, then that's going to impact your faith in terms of what the outcome is. So we see Abraham's belief in God's character. All right. And lastly, we see metaphysics in this text. That's the relationship between inner conviction and outward manifestation. So type it in the comment section. The relationship between inner conviction and outward manifestation. 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 I'm going to say it again. The relationship between inner conviction and outward manifestation. Type that in the comment section. The relationship between inner conviction and outward manifestation. Type that in the comment section for me. The relationship between inner conviction and outward manifestation. That is a metaphysical view. Again, we've discussed this many, many times before. Whatever lives in us, whatever we believe in terms of internal creation, a world within a world, is what we see manifest outwardly. And I say how we interpret that weave, but how we interpret that weave depends entirely on the framework we bring to the text. The framework we bring to the text is very important because it is the framework which is really belief, which are really parameters that decides what we are eligible for and ineligible for, that decides what we believe and what we don't believe, which ultimately is going to impact the outcome. It's going to impact the outcome. Okay. So I do want you to understand that there is a relationship between inner conviction and outward manifestation. People many times are just convicted. They have a deep conviction, which really is a key component of faith. I've told you that something is just impossible. And many times that's why they don't see it manifest, because they have a deep conviction that it's just not even possible. So in Romans 4, Paul argues that righteousness comes through faith, not law keeping, using Abraham as a prototype of how humans relate rightly to God. But I want you to understand something, even from traditional theological concepts and frameworks that the faith that Abraham has uh, is before the law. It precedes the law. So it has nothing to do with the Ten Commandments and all those other hundreds of commandments that are birthed out of that, all those other laws. His faith was before all this stuff. His faith also preceded circumcision, which was a physical act that was supposed to be a confirmation of faith and more of a religious identity to a Jewish community. His faith also precedes what I just said, religious identity markers. Every religion has an identity marker. Okay, they have an identity mark, something that marks them. And within Christianity, there are so many different beliefs, denominations, factions, and groups, and they all have identity markers. These markers, again, before these markers were created thousands of years after Abraham, this man still had faith. So therefore, his faith had nothing to do with a subset or a set of laws that people said God said you got to obey. His faith had nothing to do with circumcision, being circumcised in the flesh. And his faith had nothing to do with what marks people from a religious sense, whether they speak in tongues or not, whether they save or unsaved. It's got nothing to do with that. And yet he got results. Hear what I'm saying today. So faith, as it relates to what the Apostle Paul is trying to espouse in Romans 4:20, is relational trust, not mental gymnastics. I just think there are too many mental gymnastics that are imposed upon people in religion that if you don't jump and flip enough times and run enough times and do certain things enough times, you won't be blessed. Every year, people are saying, God's giving me revelation. And the revelation complicates, to me, pollutes and contaminates real relationship. The revelation contaminates relations with God. All of this stuff has really nothing to do with God already indwelling in you, God already being one with you, and what it takes to access the creator, source, and sustainer, who lives ever present at all times, in us, with us, and through us. So let's look real quickly at the traditional Christian interpretation Orthodox framework. I don't really want to go through all this, but he did not waver through unbelief. So in traditional theology, wavering does not mean Abraham never felt tension. It means he refused to render a verdict against God's promise. And I think I kind of covered this. The Greek, the akrino implies disputing, judging against, mentally separating oneself from trust. Hear what I'm saying today. This is powerful. He doesn't put God on trial. So this word wavering has an implication of disputing. So he does not dispute God. How many times have you and I disputed God? How many times has God dropped a seed thought or released a seed thought from within us of something we should try, something we should do, something we should open ourselves up to, and we dispute it? We argue against it. The next definition says judging against, or we create a judgment within ourselves against what God is speaking to us. If we're having problems trusting, and the divine keeps sending us messages about trust, and but because we've been hurt, we judge against that. We dispute that. Hear what I'm saying? Abraham did not dispute what the Creator said was truth over facts. The facts were, at some point in time, he and his wife would both become incapable of reproducing offspring. Not just because of age, but because their bodies were no longer functioning. The reproductive aspects of their body, the reproductive organs could no longer function. But Abraham doesn't dispute that. Abraham doesn't dispute throughout the 25-year wait, mentally separating oneself from trust. Okay, that's also what this word implies in the Greek. We must make sure that we don't put the Creator on trial and somehow, some way, selectively have faith in certain situations to be one with God and to That might be, as it relates to say we need a bill paid. We can believe God for $100, but we can't believe him for 10,000. Or say it's it's as it relates to family. A family member may be struggling. A family member may be on drugs or something like that. Uh, so we're struggling to believe that the Creator has the power and the ability to help them or usher them into a place of healing and wholeness where they don't need to utilize drugs for survival. Hear what I'm saying today. You don't want to just be selective and mentally separate. You want to always know at all times that you family, have the power and have enough and have oneness with God, that all things are possible. Now check this out. I want to make a point about this before I move forward. Good to see our resident mystic joining us, Pastor Turk. I want to make a point about this, and I'm putting it up on the comment section. Faith here, family, is not denial of facts. It is refusal to let facts dethrone God. It is refusal to let facts dethrone the Creator. It is the refusal to let facts dethrone the power that you possess as a divine spiritual species. Catch what I'm saying today. So watch this. You want money to pay a bill, and I use money because I know a lot of people on this stream could use more finances. So that's why I use money examples a lot. The fact could be there's $50 in your account, or $100 in your account, or $500 in your account, and you got $2,000 worth of bills, $1,000 worth of bills, $5,000 worth of bills, or you got something that requires X amount of thousands of dollars to get solved. The fact is, what you have as cash on hand is what you have as cash on hand. Those are the facts. Okay. But the truth is that you are more powerful and have the ability as a divine spiritual species, again, by divine inherent right and permission from the Creator, to allow the Creator with you to do the work, family, to bring to pass or bring into your life more than enough resources to supply that need or desire. We should never, ever allow facts, situations, circumstances to overrule the Creator, to overrule the Creator in us. Watch this. To overrule the creators that we are, to overrule the power that we possess, to overrule the power that we are. Because circumstances really don't matter. Mm, mm. I want you to type in the comment section. Circumstances don't matter. Circumstances don't matter. Circumstances don't matter. Type that in the comment section. Circumstances don't matter. Hear what I'm saying today. Faith is not static. This is my next point. He was strengthened in faith. Abraham was strengthened in faith. Because faith is not static, it grows. You have the ability to grow in your faith and to grow your faith. I'm going to say it again. You have the ability to grow in your faith and to grow your faith. Did you catch that? We don't grow by argument. We don't grow by control. We grow, family, by continuing to offer praise, worship, and gratitude to ourselves, to the things that are present in our lives, and to the divine, the Creator, no matter what's going on. No matter what's going on. I want you to hear me. Chrysostom teaches that Abraham's faith was strengthened by glorifying God, not by solving the problem intellectually. Hear what I'm saying today. Not by solving the problem intellectually. Now, Many times you're like me, you're overanalyzing the situation. You get caught up in the paralysis of analysis. You get caught up in the paralysis of analysis. It happens. But I want you to understand that divine alignment, family, helps us to connect more with the Creator, more with God, and understand that the answer and the solution will come from God, will come from the divine. Faith deepens through relational alignment, not mental force. So many people, you've been like me, and I don't do it as much anymore, not nearly as much anymore because I've grown, but I will analyze myself into a headache or analyze myself into anxiety or analyze a situation into depression. I do not do that anymore. I turn it over. And when I feel myself going there, I stop. I stop and I recalibrate because I recognize the solution is not in my intellectualism. The solution is not in my intellectual analysis. As brilliant as you may be, in the moment you just may not have the answer. But God, the creator, the divine, always has the answer. He gave glory to God. So in Orthodox theology, giving glory means attributing power to God, refusing self-glory, acknowledging divine sovereignty. Augustine of Hippo emphasizes that Abraham's faith magnifies God precisely because it removes human boasting. And Christianity in general has issues with people accepting and acknowledging their own power to the point they always think that somebody's being arrogant or boasting. Okay. Faith is not heroic self-confidence. It's humble dependence. This is traditional Christianity's viewpoint. I want you to hear what I'm saying today. We got to be fully convinced. Abraham was fully convinced that God was able. He is fully convinced. He was certain about God's ability. Okay. So I'm going to finish the traditional Christian perspective before I go into the metaphysical interpretation by saying this. Christianity, traditional Christianity insists God is personal, God is sovereign, God is not reducible to a principle or mechanism. I'm summarizing that. Now, for the sake of time, let me move real quickly into how we seek this from a metaphysical standpoint, the situation with Abraham. Abraham is not just a figure, Abraham is not just a man in metaphysical principles, in metaphysical circles, but Abraham is a state of consciousness, is a state of consciousness. Abraham represents a faith state. Abraham represents a faith state. I want you to type that in the comment section. Abraham represents a faith hyphen state. Abraham represents a faith state. What if you embodied Abraham's state of consciousness? What if you embodied Abraham's state of consciousness? Think about that. What if you consistently embodied Abraham's faith state? How different would your life be today? How different would your life be right now? How different would it be? Catch that. Sarah represents latent creative potential. Latent creative potential, or I should say, in the place of latent, maybe use the word dormant or unused creative potential. So and this is good from a metaphysical perspective because the potential was always there in Sarah. She just did not believe it was there. I'm going to say it again. The potential to produce was always there in Sarah. Sarah just did not believe she could do it. She did not believe it was possible. Hear me. The next thing, barrenness symbolizes delay in manifestation. I want you to type that in the comment section. Barrenness symbolizes delay in manifestation. Type that in the comment section. Barrenness symbolizes delay in manifestation. One more time. Barrenness symbolizes delay in manifestation. Let me show you why. Let me explain why right there it's like a spiritual baby leapt in my womb. It leapt in my womb when I made that statement. Barrenness symbolizes delay in manifestation. Notice how in Sarah's case, she was not permanently barren. I'm going to say it again. She was not permanently barren. Now, again, from the perspective of these Old Testament writers, God is external to them. They don't know that God is one with them. They don't know that God is a part of them. From whoever the writer is, in this case, believed to be Moses or Moshe, which more pronounced that way in Egyptian, because it's an Egyptian name. Okay. But she represents situations and circumstances or things to be barren. Am I making any sense? If it was permanent barrenness, there's no way she could have produced an offspring. It was never really permanent because the creator, God, the source, the divine, hear me, that same creator, God, source, and divine, even from a traditional theological standpoint, is believed to be a part of you, inside of you, one with you. The metaphysical word takes it even deeper, making you inseparable from that creator. So right now, family, maybe your finances do look barren. Right now, maybe your relationship feels barren. Right now, maybe you as a person feel barren. Maybe you've been thinking barren. Maybe right now your career, maybe it does look barren. Maybe it does feel barren. Right now, maybe your direction in life does feel barren. Maybe right now your children do appear to be barren or acting barren. Maybe right now your transportation is looking and feeling barren. Maybe right now, your living situation seems to be barren. Maybe right now your hopes and dreams that you desire to have appear to be unattainable, meaning that you can't produce the fruit to manifest the desire or manifest the visions and dreams you want. Maybe that's the case. But I'm asking you, is it really, really permanently barren? Is it really, really, really not doable? Is it really, 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 really unattainable? Wow. I need you to hear me. I need you to hear what I'm saying today. In Sarah's case, it was simply delayed manifestation. And in every heart who has a conviction of faith as it relates to who God, the creator, source, and sustainer is in you and who you are in the creator, who you are conjoined to the creator, who you are in partnership with the creator, is what's going to define the outcome of the situation. You do not have to believe in permanent barrenness, only delayed manifestation. In other words, you might not be driving the vehicle you want, but that's only delayed manifestation. You might not have the looks you want right now, but that's only delayed manifestation. You might be struggling with health issues right now, but that's only delayed manifestation of wholeness. Hear me. Too many times people settle into a permanence in their thinking where what I'm dealing with now, this is the way it's always going to be. Hear me. And we must tap into this power, this reservoir of power that's resident in us. Hear me, from a brain standpoint and a spiritual standpoint, which I've shown you again. I'd like to remind you, studies from science, studies from quantum physics, studies from psychology, studies from sociology that proves, even through the placebo effect, that proves that when you and I believe something, it shows up in our physical three-dimensional world. When we believe something internally, it manifests externally. It's not really permanent unless you believe it's permanent. Romans 4:20 becomes an inner psychology of creation. It also says, from the metaphysical sense, we're looking at the text, did not waver, which means refused sensory dominance. Catch this, family. Here, belief is interpreted from a metaphysical point of view as identification with appearances, submission to sensory evidence, collapse into doubt states. In other words, he did not waver, which means he did not identify with the physical appearance. The physical appearance was his age had advanced, his body had deteriorated, her body had deteriorated. He did not, again, identify with that. He did not submit to the sensory evidence I just described. And he did not collapse into a state of doubt or doubt states. Catch this. When it did not waver, he did not allow his senses to dominate him. He did not allow his intellectual mind to dominate him. Hear what I'm saying today. He did not allow what he felt and what he saw in the proverbial mirror and what the day said, what the status quo, what the interpretation of ageism was like. He did not identify with any of those things. You know what he did? His faith sustained inner alignment with the Creator, inner power. God that's in his imagination, God that's a part of his imagination. And we've got to learn, family, how to take our faith and cause it to continue to be sustained with inner alignment. Hear me, family. How do we do that? How do we do that? The power is in me. The power is in me. I want you to type it in the comment section. I am powerful. Type that again in the comment section. I am powerful. Hallelujah. I am powerful. Listen, you might think I'm preaching to you. I'm not. I am, but I'm really preaching to me. It's getting good to me. I am powerful. Listen, I am powerful. I'm aligned with the Creator in me. I'm aligned with the power that's in me. I'm aligned, hear me. I'm aligned with, according to your faith, so be it unto you. I am aligned with, if thou canst believe, all things are possible to him that believeth. Hear me. I'm so aligned with that, that despite what I see in my checking account, my savings account, my financial portfolio, despite what I see that's sitting outside or not sitting outside, despite the negative opinions of other people, despite the lack of cooperation from other folk, hear what I'm saying. I'm staying so in alignment that all things work together for the good. I'm staying so in alignment that I am a conscious creator. I'm staying so in alignment, as above, so below, as within, so without. I'm staying in such agreement with inner alignment that, yes, there are parts of my emotions that may be hurt in the moment, and I might take a step back, but I'm in such in alignment that if I take a step back, I take 4 steps forward. Because I'm in alignment with the manifestation. I'm in alignment with the outcome. I'm in alignment with greater is he that's in me. I am in alignment that if God be for me, and God is for me because God is in me, because God is one with me, who can be against me? I'm in alignment with what Yeshua said. It is the Father that doeth the work, And I'm in alignment that the Father has already done the work, because faith always speaks in language of it's done. It speaks in language that is finished. It speaks in a finished language. It speaks in the wish fulfilled. It speaks as the outcome already having occurred. I am in alignment with faith that says it's done. Hear what I'm saying. If I'm moving, then I'm in alignment with the fact that I've already moved. And it doesn't matter what the details are saying right now. I realize as a conscious creator, I get to choose to have faith that the outcome is occurring not based on anybody else's encroachment, anybody else's attacks, anybody else's role. No, you exist in my life in the fulfillment or in concert, watch this, or as a partner in helping me get to where I'm going, helping me get to the outcome I believe. That's where you can't hinder or stop what I believe, because I have chosen to believe. I have chosen to accept that the reality of the outcome is that I'm in the next place, that I'm thriving and not merely surviving, that I'm overcoming and not merely struggling. I need you to catch what I'm saying. I'm in alignment that the greater, that good works on my behalf. Am I making any sense to anybody? I love this. Giving glory to God from a metaphysical perspective is empowering the creative principle. You see, in metaphysical streams, God is interpreted as divine consciousness, imagination, universal creative law. The great mystic Neville Goddard teaches that giving glory to God means crediting imagination as the causal power behind experience. The reason why he believes that is because that's where God works, in our imagination. That's how things are created, in our imagination. The divine that we are is one with the divine that has always been, and it is going to live, it is going to breathe, it is going to create, and it is going to manifest from our imagination, from our thoughts, from the place where we dream, from the place where we visualize. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I feel this. Therefore, faith equals assumption. I want you to type that in the comment section. Faith equals sign assumption. Faith assumption. Faith equals sign assumption. Faith equals sign assumption. Type that in the comment section. Faith equals sign assumption. Faith, in other words, equals assumption. Faith assumes that it's already done. Faith assumes that you're already the identity of the person who possesses. You're already the identity of the person who has. You're already the identity of the person who's happy. You're already the identity of the person who's wealthy and flowing with abundance. You're already the identity of the person who's deeply in love. You're already the identity of the person who's healed, whole, and complete in your mind, your will, your emotions, your body. You're already the person who has dropped the weight. You're already the person who is happy and fulfilled. Hear what I'm saying. Faith equals assumption. Lord have mercy. I feel this. The next thing I want you to type in the comment section is faith equals desired outcome. Faith equals desired outcome. Type that in the comment section. Faith equals desired outcome. Faith equals desired outcome. Excuse me. Promise equals desired outcome. I said that wrong. Promise equals desired outcome. We're going to have to retype it. Promise equals desired outcome. I'm sorry. Promise equals desired outcome. Promise equals desired outcome. Type that in the comment section. There we go, right there. Promise equal desired or equals desired outcome. It equals desired outcome. It equals desired outcome. I want you to hear what I'm saying today. It equals desired outcome. So in other words, the outcome, watch this. The outcome is the promise. The promise, excuse me, we can find. If I ask, it shall be given. If I seek, I find. If I knock, the door is open unto me. Hear what I'm saying today. What things soever you desire, when you pray, believe that you receive them, ye shall have them. That's the promise. The promise is that if I desire it, if I exercise and exert my power, I am promised that in exercising and utilizing my power as a divine spiritual being who's one with God, that I get the desired outcome. The promises and utilization of the principles brings me to the outcome, brings me to the thing that I desired. Ooh, somebody hear what I'm saying today. You might have to go back and listen to this again. The next thing I want you to type in the comment section is fulfillment equals externalized consciousness. Fulfillment equals externalized consciousness. Fulfillment equals externalized consciousness. Here we go. Fulfillment equals externalized consciousness. The fulfillment it happens inwardly. Catch this. Let me elaborate with a few more details on this. Family, when you and I are exercising faith, real faith is knowing. It's not trying to believe. Even when we say affirmations, we're not saying affirmations to make ourselves believe. We're not saying affirmations, although it does do that. It convinces us to get to a point where we know. I don't want to discard that. I don't want to misrepresent that. But when we get to a point where we know that we know something is done, there is a peace, family. There's a peace that is birthed in us. There's a peace that takes place in us. And in that moment, we are fulfilled. We are fulfilled because our faith knows that it's done. You just know you're going to be with that person for life. You just know that this is the person who's going to fulfill me in every way. You just know, family, that this vehicle, this transportation, you just know that happiness is your portion. Hear what I'm saying today. And when you know it like that, it is fulfilled. It is satisfied. Watch this. And you feel fulfilled because there is a peace that's there. Not anxiety. Not fear. Not apprehension. But the knowing brings fulfillment. Watch this. And once we can sense the fulfillment, once we, not in just in an emotional sense, but in a feeling sense, meaning that it feels like on the inside of us, I'm feeling the vehicle. I'm feeling the walls of my new home. Watch this. I'm feeling confidence. I'm feeling the thing that I desired is already done. There is going to be an externalized consciousness, meaning that which I have an inner fulfillment or a sense of fulfillment of internally will be displayed externally in consciousness for all to see. Oh my goodness. I hope I'm making sense to somebody here today. My. So this is what I want to share with you as I prepare to close. Let's see how I'm going to close this. This is what I want to share with you as I prepare to close. I'm going to share this with you real quickly. And I covered the traditional versus the metaphysical perspectives on the text. Both perspectives affirm inner conviction matters. Inner conviction, your inner conviction about any situation matters. Catch what I'm saying today. Watch this. And if you caught somebody red-handed in the cookie jar, and it looked like they put their hand in the cookie jar to steal anything from you, say they stole something from you, shift your conviction to the consequence of them stealing is going to set me back to nothing that they have done to me will hinder me. Oh my goodness. It is when we develop these convictions that things are so bad that it's the worst thing that could happen to me now, and I can't have this because this happened. When we form convictions around these things, it matters. It matters. And the chemical cocktail that's responsible for despair is formed in our brains, and we feel it throughout our whole body. The next thing both perspectives or traditions affirm is circumstances are not ultimate. Just because something is a no today doesn't mean you can't change it to a yes. My 10-year-old said something to me that was profound this morning. He said, Daddy, I said, how did you sleep last night? He said, I slept, he said, I slept all right. He said, but I had a nightmare. And I said, well, you had a nightmare. I said, well, tell me about the nightmare. He told me about what the nightmare was, but he said, but I changed the dream to a good dream. And I said to myself, wow. And I said, you know what, son? I said, that's good. I said, a lot of people don't know that they can change their dreams. Hear what I'm saying today. You have the ability to change anything you believe you can change. And just like he decided at the end of that nightmare to create a good dream after that, consciously create a good dream. That's what we call lucid dreaming. Everybody don't know how to lucid dream. You have the power right now to change any circumstance. Another area that they agree on is praise stabilizes the inner world. Praise stabilizes the inner world. Praise stabilizes the inner world. In other words, when you give glory to the Creator and when you practice praise, despite whatever is happening in your life, it literally will add stability to your faith. It will add stability to your mind, your will, and your emotions. Hear what I'm saying today. It's the reason why people who have been diagnosed with cancer, people who pray and have faith, have better outcomes, they say, and process their treatment and their therapy a whole lot better than folks who don't have faith. Catch that. That's a scientific study that's been done multiple times. And it's not just because of the belief in a higher power, but it is because of a belief in that situations are changing for my benefit. Situations are working for my good. It stabilizes them. They don't fall off the deep end. Hear what I'm saying today. They don't just, as they say, throw in the towel and give up. Catch this, catch this, catch this. Yes, we know it creates a wonderful chemical cocktail in our brain of serotonin and dopamine. This is why what people don't understand. When we are experiencing the spirit in what we call the church setting, it's not always the spirit that we think it is. The brain can become hooked on praise. It is studies have been done where they've analyzed people who praise and worship, and there's certain serotonin and dopamine releases. Catch this, catch this. There's an elevation of mood. There's an elevation of a sense of well-being. Hear what I'm saying today. Praise helps stabilize us. And then last but not least, belief shapes persistence. My goodness. Belief shapes persistence. I want you to type that in the comment section for me. Belief shapes persistence. And I'm going to shut it down after this. Belief shapes persistence. Oh, my. It is the presentation of Abraham's belief, watch this, in his creator that caused the man that they call Abraham in this story to believe it wasn't over, to believe that his faith was justified, to believe that his belief was real, to believe that what he was believing could actually happen. Catch this. You give up on relationships when you stop believing. You give up on family members when you stop believing. You give up on jobs you've been trying to get when you stop believing. You give up, watch this, on better things in your life when you stop believing. Catch what I'm saying today. And suicide is a very tender, personal thing to me When people decide to take their lives, it's not that they stop believing so much in God as some do. They stop believing in their viability in this world. Catch this. But if there's a belief that I'm not by myself, if there's a belief that I can do this, if there's a belief that what I'm working with and working on is already done, if there's a belief in me that with men, the masculine, the manly side, the anthropomorphic side, the human side of me is impossible. But with God, all things are possible. Guess what? I am going to persist in my faith. I am going to persist in my belief. Help me, family. Belief shapes persistence. It is the fuel to keep me hanging on. Hear what I'm saying today. It keeps me going forward. Hear me. If you're living a life and the conditions are not what you want them to be, catch this, family. Let me change the stream of thought here. It is faith and belief in our ancestors that got them through slavery. Faith in a better time, faith in a better way, faith in generations behind them, faith that the sacrifices they made today will reap a harvest for generations behind them. Here, faith in their creator, faith in their source, faith in their sustainer, faith that they were worthy of freedom, faith that they were worthy of equality. Watch this. Faith that they were greater than what their oppressors were defining them to be. Catch this. It continued to cause them to be persistent every single day of their life, to press in no matter what. And Abraham didn't lay down and quit. Abraham didn't lay down and roll over. Abraham did not mock his creator. Abraham did not give up. Catch this. He didn't give up because he believed he could get it up. I know I just, oh, help me here. Help me today, somebody. Hear what I'm saying today. I got to close with this. I got to close with this. I got to close with this. I got to close with this today because somebody besides me needs to hear this. You need to know this. You need to accept this. Catch what I'm saying today. 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 Hear what the Spirit is saying to you right now. Hear what the Spirit is saying to you right now. Number one, you got to know the dream and the vision is not dead. You got to know the dream and the vision is not dead. Here we go. Last but not least, family, last but not least, when you feel, watch this, when you sense that something is rising in you, your energy is growing. Your energy is increasing. Catch what I'm saying. When you sense that you're recapturing years you lost, when you sense that there's a shift inside of you, and now is the moment. This is what I'm going to say right now, family. You got to make a move on Sarah. Listen to me, Abraham, and listen to me, Sarah. If you're watching me right now, hear me real clearly. If you're Abraham in this text, you got to make a move on Sarah. And if you're Sarah in this text, you got to make a move on Abraham. Watch this. It doesn't make a difference that for him to get it up and for her to get moist, and we don't put it all together. Catch what I'm saying today. It doesn't make a difference if both of their bodies are reactivated and they just lay there and do nothing. No, you got to make a move. You got to make a move. The older generation used to say, you got to bust a move. Listen. You got to make a move on that vehicle, on that house, on that relationship, on that career, on that inner healing, on your counseling journey. Hear me. You got to make a move. You don't have to see it all. You don't have to know it all. You don't have to look for proper timing. Many times it's not the best time to do anything, but there's a faith time. You got to make a move. Now that you feel your strength is coming back, Samson, you got to push the pillars. I need you to catch what I'm saying. And when you sense that reproduction is entering your system and flow, when you sense the blood is flowing, come on, here's something now. Come on, here's somebody. When you sense it's time to go to the altar and make a sacrifice, I need you to catch what I'm saying today. The blood flowing and pumping through this man's veins. It's time for him to enter the temple and worship. The temple needs to be open and the man needs to enter. You got to make a move. And when you make a move, there's got to be seed and egg that's released to you. Whatever it is your reproductive gift and your reproductive ability. When divine spiritual intercourse takes place, you got to release it all. Hey, my God, you can't hold back. You cannot hold back. Because in the right moments that have been designed for moments like this, release your best gift. Release your best seed. Come on here, somebody. Release your best self. Make a move. Yeah, I hear the Spirit speaking loudly and clearly to somebody. Don't be reticent. Don't be shy. You can sense and feel in the moment that the shift is hearing you and the shift is taking place. Then why hold back? Why hold back? It's time for you to make babies. It's time for you to make a harvest. It's time, watch this, for you to make creation. It's time for you to find the right partners in life. It's time for you to find the right situations to cohabitate. I need you to catch, to commingle, to do the thing that needs to be done. It's your sign when your hair starts growing back that your strength is back. It's a sign when you feel a better you, a new you, a more vibrant you, a more healed you, that it's time for you to step out of the shadows of that trauma. It's time for you to step out of the prisons of family definitions and family roles and embrace a new identity, a new you, a more powerful you. Make a move. Make a move, Abraham. I'm going to say it again. Make a move, Abraham. I'm going to say it again. Make a move, Sarah. Make a move. Stop laying next to your dream. Stop laying next. Watch this. To your partner. Stop laying next to the best thing you ever had and not make a move. Stop laying next to opportunity and not seize it. Hear what I'm saying today. Stop laying down with miracles and not rise up with a miracle. I need you to catch. Make a move. A woman with the issue of blood said, I just need to touch his garment. I'm not going to let nobody stop me. I am making a move. When you sense the power, when you sense the presence, when you sense the anointing, when you know the winds have shifted in your favor, when you have this sense, this scintillating feeling, this effervescence, this power flowing through you, you know it's time to rise up and seize your miracle. Faith is ready to make a move. Almighty, I am so thankful and grateful for this group who's watching me now, hearing on Patreon. Thank you for the faith that's stirring in them, the faith that's ever creating and ever manifesting, ever partnering with God to manifest. I declare and decree a strong finish to this year and a stellar start to the new one. Thank you, Lord, that the gun has gone off, the starter's gun. We're out the gate quickly and we're finishing strong because our faith has already seen us crossing the finish line. It's our moment, it's our time, and we seize it completely. And we give you glory. And we thank you in all things. If it looks like the money is small, we thank you. If it feels like there isn't enough support, we thank you. If it seems like there's not enough food in the cupboard, we still give you glory. If things are late, bills seem to be late, we still give you glory. We're not going to stagger. We're not going to waver. We're not going to be argumentative. We're not going to dispute the promises. Neither will we dispute our power. But we're going to give glory, knowing that your character is your character itself is immaculate. Your character itself is immutable. You're faithful in us, with us, and through us. And you always come through. And I thank you. And I bless you. As I remember the name, the way, the power, consciousness of the great example, Yeshua HaMashiach. It is so. And so it is. Oh, my. What a beautiful, 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 beautiful presence. What a wonderful, awesome presence right now. Talk to me. I'm going to release you in a few minutes, but talk to me. How you feeling? Tell me how you're feeling. Tell me how you're feeling. I got to release you, but tell me, how are you feeling? Mm-mm. How you feeling? Talk to me. How are you feeling? How are you feeling? My. Talk to me. 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 How are you feeling? Real quickly. You can see and still hear me. Is that correct? And I'm going to release you. Thank 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 you. Anyone else? Thank you for your feedback. Thank you so much. How are you feeling? How are you feeling? Talk to me real quickly. How are you feeling? Mm, mm. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else? Anyone else? My. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I sense power and I sense love. I sense power and I sense love. I'm going to say it again. I sense power and I sense love. I sense power and I sense love. Mm. I sense power and I sense love in us. Mm, 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 mm. It is so. It is so. It is so. It is so. Come on, type it in the comment section. It is so for me. Type that in the comment section. It is so for me. It is so for me. Hallelujah. It is so for me. It is so for me. It is so. You're wonderful, powerful, dynamic creators. It is so. Mm, mm, mm. All right. All right. All right. I'm about to release you. We're not going to fracture under pressure, Mhm. but we're going to continue to give glory for the manifestation of a powerful story, a powerful healing story, a powerful miracle story, a powerful fulfillment story. Yes, it is so for me. Shalom, shalom, peace, wholeness, and prosperity. Nothing missing and nothing broken. Love you. Happy, 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 happy holidays. Thank you for being a part of this journey of awakening and transformation. Support the light through Revolution Inc. by liking, sharing, and giving. Cash App $AG Green and $AG Green Enterprises. You can also give by Zelle. Anthony G. Green at hotmail.com is what you use. And Chime $Anthony/Green/336. If you haven't joined as a member of Patreon, now is a good time. We're a spiritual community that's evolving, transforming, and ascending. If you like what you have seen and heard, connect with us. It's time to vibe with your tribe. Also take time to visit theaggreen.com for the latest developments and just explore divinespeciesshop.com for spiritual tools to elevate your life. Your love and support helps keep this mission alive.